Good afternoon, everyone. Ozone hole in the southern hemisphere, 1981, recovered 2015. NASA coming out, ozone showing signs of recovery, yet now, because of that victory, they want to go after more CO2. In the doublespeak of truth is lies and lies is truth, following that, ozone is still decreasing, just not as fast. See how they reworded the concept of recovery so they can keep getting their funds? UK school cancels a beach trip because they're worried about UV rays. Massachusetts Attorney General back at it again. First Exxon, then Alex Epstein. But when you try to find ozone panel members funding grants from the EPA, they say it would harm the individuals because of the disclosure. Oh, yes, it would. They received $192 million through the EPA for their funding. India says bye-bye on the Paris Climate Agreement. And remember, Brexit is the cause of all the climate change. It's going to distract the EU now. The ever infamous ozone hole in the southern hemisphere. 1979, 81. Look at that, recovering right now. NASA even admits it's on track for recovery within a couple of decades. Yet they're using this recovery to push another agenda. Since we recover the ozone, we can also do it with CO2. Let's keep it going. Double down. I love how the truth is lies, lies is truth. New agenda is ozone is still decreasing, just not as fast. They retermed the word recovery and inserted this. So I'm going to also add a new word to the dictionary. O-hole. Whoever lets this out is an O-hole. Another double speak. Ozone hole with smaller area is not really necessarily evidence of recovery, although it's the second smallest since we've ever measured it. O-hole. 1979, top left. You can see the declines in the ozone layer, yet at the bottom you can see the recovery as well. I mean, decreasing, just not as fast. Recovery. If you'd like line charts better, look at the far left how low that was in 2015. It's well under anything been recorded in the last 10 years. A little bit different view here in August 2015, September 2015, October 2015, November 2015. Not too much expansion, is there? Now, the Union of Concerned Scientists comes out and says evidence suggests that climate change is contributing to the protective layer thinning of our ozone. Well, I think they're more concerned about getting their funding. That's just my own personal opinion, though. Craziness of the week, the UK cancels a trip to the beach because they're worried about UV. I could see that if they were talking about visiting Antarctica, yet this is the UK. And yet again, from the 2007, I pulled this, the climate drivers, CO2 on the left, the red bar, just next to it is the methane bar, but when you look today, all we hear is the methane boogeyman. So how did they even reverse that? Truth is lies and lies is truth. It's no longer CO2, it's methane. Climate's been oscillating for millions of years. This is the last 1,000 years. Ups and downs in the temperature of 2 to 3 degrees swing. And we look over 12,000 years and the swings are as much as 4°C. So I don't know how we can truly blame it on ourselves. When you see in the climate past records, it's always oscillating. Attorney General in Massachusetts coming after Exxon, trying to subpoena their records. Yet notice the rules of construction. Everything they're referencing is IPCC. Where is independent science in this? Now they're after Alex Epstein for his views. We got Yale Law School Robert Post coming out saying free speech should not be allowed if it disagrees with climate change. So I'm wondering who is next. It sure isn't going to be the EPA coming out showing their records. Our public's right to know, and the Ethics in Government Act doesn't apply to them because they're so worried about the harm to the individuals because of the disclosure. Oh, you mean the disclosure of $192 million of private funding given to these individuals on this list? Yeah, perhaps people might ask questions now. If this is only the ozone hole study group, the O-hole group, how much money is there for the ice core research crew and all the other disciplines across the way? We are talking trillions of dollars of grant money to get an agenda put into place. $192 million for ozone studies. Now you must think, what other types of studies are there being conducted planet-wide? There must be at least 150 other types at the moment. Let's round it up to 200 million times 150 to push an agenda across this planet. Massachusetts is now turning your free thought into a crime. This needs to stop. The pushback needs to start. This is totally against free speech. Last week, India coming out saying they won't ratify the Paris Agreement. Yeah, Klexit time. Let's all get out of this thing. The 20 years of lies and the trillions and trillions of dollars of grant money to sway your opinion. It is time to get out and get our economies back on track again. I love the newest scapegoating. The Brexit leave victory is going to distract the EU from climate change. And I really hope now that the UK can come out with their own independent science, behest of the censorship of the IPCC in the EU, and really tell the people we're going into a grand solar minimum. Perhaps this is really the shot across the bow we need as a government taking the lead to really come out with the science, lead the people and tell them what's about to happen with our food supplies, and get ready for what's here.